Everyone, today we're talking about church leadership. Therefore, I have a request of the elders among you. I ask this as a fellow elder and a witness of Christ's sufferings and as one who shares in the glory that is about to be revealed. I urge the elders, like shepherds, tend the flock of God among you. Watch over it. Don't shepherd because you must, but do it voluntarily for God. Don't shepherd greedily, but do it eagerly. Don't shepherd by ruling over those entrusted to your care, but become examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive an unfading crown of glory. In the same way, I urge you who are younger, accept the authority of the elders. And everyone, clothe yourselves with humility toward each other. God stands against the proud, but gives favor to the humble. So, in the church, are leaders appointed or are they just recognized? Does the church give them authority, or is that authority a gift of God that reveals itself through their Christ-like service? I tend to lean more towards the second when it comes to church. Things like trust and respect, they're earned. They're not just assumed. Now, at least on a deep level. Every human being deserves a basic level of respect, but the kind of trust and respect that comes with leadership, that doesn't come just because someone has a title. You have to prove that you are someone who is worthy of that trust. Now, most of our ideas of leadership, I think, are often culture, and they're not necessarily Christ-like. You think of the difference in managing and leading, right? Management is just seeing what you have and making sure that it's running as efficiently as you can. And if there's complaints, then you address those complaints. But you're just kind of doing what people are already doing best. Leading is actually taking people places they may not want to go on their own, right? If they were going that way, they wouldn't need a leader. And so leadership actually sometimes does challenge people, but it does so among them. And so our cultural idea of a boss is very different from the Christ-like idea of being a servant that Peter describes here and Jesus himself talks about. Right? A boss has all the power. They say what happens. Servants look for needs and figure out what's the best way to help in those situations. Right? He says, don't try and rule over people, right? Don't try and throw your institutional power around. Now, maybe this matters to some of you if you're in some sort of leadership, if you are an elder, but I'm guessing for most people watching, this seems like it's all relevant. But how are you a leader? Who looks to you? Who values your opinion? I'm guessing pretty much everybody has somebody that is looking to them that way. And, we do need official leaders for specific reasons. I mean, I'm in some form of leadership as a minister. But sometimes that sharp division between who's a shepherd and who's a sheep can be unhelpful. Right? It can lead to abuse. Just look in the news and you'll see some examples of that. However, understanding this, however you see yourself in leadership, humility is the key. And humility says, I need to listen more. It says, I could be wrong. It says, maybe there's a different way than what we've always done. I think that if we lead like this, then we'll be leading like the Lord.